Hi there, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we were working on this Divi 5 site. As you can see, it's an e-commerce site. We had a few questions. Some people were asking, how do we add our add to cart buttons down here? As you can see, we've got some buttons. When I hover over them, they turn black. And of course, if you click on it, it's going to add the item to your cart. This was originally a Divi 4 site that I migrated to Divi 5, and this was done in the Divi 4 stage, and it was from an article from Elegant Themes themselves, and obviously it works just as well with Divi 5, so I'll take you through it. I'll put this URL down below, anybody wants to follow along. So let's get started. I'm going to undo everything I've got going on this page, and we'll start from scratch. I've got the page open here in the builder. Let's get rid of this and pretend that we've got nothing on the page. Okay, so I've got a regular Divi page here. The Divi 5 builder's open. It puts in a little section for us. To save confusion, I'm going to get rid of my custom header and footer on the back end there. For anybody that doesn't want to see any template stuff on the back end, we can roll on down to Workspace. If we scroll down to the bottom here, Show Theme Builder Layouts. If I turn that off, the header and footer should disappear. Perfect. Okay. Well, I'm going to start by putting a little shop module in. I'm going to put a single column. I'm going to roll on down. Here are the Woo modules right here. Woo Products is the one that I want for my shop. And as you can see, it throws in a bunch of random products. Now, I'm sure everybody knows what's going on here. I've actually got WooCommerce installed and I've created a bunch of products. They've got various categories and prices and things like this. As you can see, there's got a title, a price, and various categories over here. And this is what we're pulling in to our page here. And if we look at the Woo Products module, I'm going to select a specific category. Let's go with sale products. Now, I've only got about 8 of those, I believe, on my site. If you've got less than 12, you don't have to change this number here, but if you've got more than 12, obviously you want to up that number there to display all of them. Column layout wise, well, let's throw another column in there. Let's make it 4 perhaps on desktop, and you can have different values for tablet and mobile there. Sorting's fine. You can offset your products if you want to there. I'm going to leave it just like that. What I will do is, I really do not like that orangey peachy color right there. I'm just going to change that to a blue. We can do that over in design. It's the sale badge right there. Let's pick a color. I'll use the default blue. Fine. Okay, now we've got some products. We want to add some add to cart buttons underneath. So this is where this article comes in really handy. So once you come to this page, if you scroll down a little bit, they've got 2 methods. They've got one using an absolutely free plugin called Code Snippets. That's the one we're going to use today, and that's the one they recommend. And another one where you can build a child theme. And we've got a video out there of how to do that. I think it was with Divi 4. It would be the same method for Divi 5 though. So let's go for the Code Snippet version. And it tells us exactly what to do here. We need to install and activate the Code Snippets plugin. So let's do that. Go to your dashboard. Once at the dashboard, we need to go down to Plugins, Add Plugin. And up here, it said the name was Code Snippets. You can either just copy that right there if you want to, or just type it in, whichever works for you. Pop it in the search field up here. And there it is. It's this sort of light brown and blue one right here, Code Snippets. I'm going to hit install now. It's very lightweight, so it's hardly taken any time at all. Now I'm going to activate it. Fantastic. Now that we've got it activated, you'll notice on the left-hand side, we've got a menu item for it. So let's just click on that. And because I had it installed before, it's actually remembered my last edition I put in there. So let's get rid of that. When you install it, it gives you a few little scripts here, which is great. One that makes sure the image file on uploads has lowercase file names. If you want to use it, switch it on. Another one turns off the WordPress admin bar for everybody except administrators. That's pretty useful. Again, if you want to use that, just switch it on. Next one allows smiley conversions in obscure places. Not sure how useful that is. And another one's a little short code for inserting current year into a post or a page. But that's really easy to do with dynamic content now. And if you want to get rid of these, same as any other plugin, just select the ones you want and you can move them to the trash. They're not doing any harm. I'm just going to leave them there. Okay, now we've got that installed. If we look back at this article, it tells us to copy this code down here, and you want to make sure you get all of the code. Do not miss anything out or it will not work. Control C to copy, now that I've selected it. We'll go back to our snippets. We've got to add a new one, little button at the top here. We'll give it a name, whatever you want to call yours, obviously. Then we need to put our cursor in here. As you can see, it's PHP. So I'm going to left click on it, hit Control V to paste that little bit of script in there. And when you've done that, we can go over the right hand side and hit Save and Activate. Now it's telling us snippet's been created and activated. If we go back to our page now, so let's just refresh this. And there it is. It's put our little products in, and as you can see, it's got these buttons. Now they're functional, they'll work perfectly, and they will add the items to the cart. But I want to style them the way I want to see them. So we need to use a bit of CSS for that. And I'll show you the way I do that, but I've actually written the code for you, and I'll pop it in there and just take you through it. So let's save this. So let's have a look at this on the front end. Now we're on the front end. If I want to style these buttons, I need to find out the class name for them. To do that, I'm going to right click and hit Inspect. I'm using Google Chrome here, but most browsers have this feature nowadays where you can inspect. And if you've got elements selected this side, it'll have HTML, and styles this side, it'll have the CSS code. If I just roll down a bit, you'll see that while I'm rolling over this, it's selecting that button. It's highlighting the button, which is fine. And we can actually change the code over here. So at the moment I've got text decoration none, which means it hasn't got any underlining going on there. You can change the width, background color. We can say width 100%. As you can see, those buttons are 100%. If we add another one, we want to put that text in the middle. Text align center. As you can see, that's popped all that text in the middle there. Perfect. And you can continue styling these to your heart's desire. Now, the thing about doing it in the browser like this is it's non-destructive. So in other words, if I refresh this browser, these are going to go back to normal. So what we need to do is make this permanent by writing some CSS, by copying any CSS changes we've made here and putting them into our custom CSS panel. So let's get rid of this. Go back to our dashboard here. To get to our CSS panel, you can either go to the customizer and it'll be at the bottom, or we can go down to Divi and theme options. And like I say, I've written this all for us. It's exactly the same code as I used when this was a Divi 4 site. So I copy it, and then I'll take you through it. Now, if you've got anything in here, you can just put your cursor to the left there and scoot whatever there's down, or you can put this on the bottom if you prefer. So if I paste that in there, always a good idea to give things a title with CSS, and a title is just /star, whatever you want to call it, and then */ at the end there. So now I've put that in there. Let's save the changes and you'll see the difference here, and I'll take you through the code. Yeah, let's just refresh our page here. And you can see I've changed those buttons to be a little more good looking, or at least the way I want them. I've got capital text. When I hover over it, I've created a little hover effect there. And of course, when you click on them, they're going to add it to the cart. They've got slightly rounded corners. And I'll take you through this code so you can customize it to your heart's content. So if we go back here and look at the code, here's what I initially copied from my Chrome Inspector here, the class name. Text decoration was none, which means it doesn't have any underlines or anything like that. The color is the color of the text. And you can use RGBAs, hex, whatever you want to put in there. Width, 100%. Text align, we put that in the center. Font size, if you want to make it bigger or smaller, change that number. Border width, we've got a skinny border on there. It's only 1 pixel, but that works for me. If you want to make it thicker, obviously up that number. And the text transform, I've decided to put my text in there as uppercase because that works for me. And any of these entries that you don't want to use, just select them, delete them. Or alternatively, you can comment them out by putting /star on one end and make sure you put * / on the other end. Otherwise, it's going to negate everything underneath there. And to undo, of course, just take those away. Now, just down below that, the actual button, I've given it a background on hover. As you can see, I've written hover there of black. If you want to change that color, just change that color there. We've had to use important because we're overwriting some stars there. And the actual color of the text when they hover over it, I've made it white. If you want to change that color, you can do there. Perfect. Now I've added a couple of little entries here. WooCommerce added to cart. Now what happens if I take that away quickly, Control X, and I say those changes again, and just refresh this page quickly. If I hit to add to cart, look what happens underneath. It pops up with a little view cart underneath and it disappears. I really didn't want to keep that on there, so I added that little line of code that you just saw. Now to put it back in there, I'm going to hit Control Z to undo what I've just done there. Now on the buttons themselves, I've hidden the actual icon. The reason for that is that the icon itself was a little out of position. If I get rid of these, Control X and save, go back here and refresh. If I roll over now, you'll see an icon, but it's out of position and it's too big. And rather than write another bit of code for that, if you want to, you can do. Use a bit of negative margin to pull it up by a little bit. I just decided to hide it completely. And that's what those last two entries were for there. So let's put those back in there. And we're good to go. The only other thing, perhaps you might like rounded corners on your buttons or something like that. If you do, if we roll back up to our buttons up here, we've got the color, font size, border width. We may have to force this with important. If we want to do rounded corners, we can use border radius, BORDER -radius. And if I make it something like 50 pixels or 50% would make it fully round, but 50 pixels will give it really rounded borders if that's what you want to do. So let's save that and you'll see the difference up here. Just going to refresh one more time. And you see that our buttons now got rounded corners there. Perfect. If you want to make it deeper and fatter, I'm sure you figured out how to do that. We do that with a bit of padding. And I'll put all this CSS down below for anybody that just wants to copy and paste it. But it really is that simple. Now, once you do that, you've got these buttons and they'll appear anytime you add a product. Really useful thing to know. So I hope that's answered that question. And don't forget this link's going to be down below. It's got all the instructions here also. Really nice little feature to add to your shopping site. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you have any questions, either about Divi 4 or Divi 5, feel free to pop them down below. I'll do my best to answer them for you or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.